Matt, thank you for coming to see us here in Illinois today. As far as I understand, you are searching for a toner manufacturer here in the United States. My small business employs almost 100 people here in Illinois. We have 2 operations. Right down the road, we have our customer service and our distribution facility. But today, you've come to see our production plant. Please give me an idea of why you came to see us here today.
I, as a pharmacy, am looking for a company that can provide me a cartridge for my businesses that will provide consistency, that will provide quality. I want a company that will help me lessen my carbon fingerprint. I want a company that has a very good customer service, and I want a company that can provide me all of these at a decent price. One of the reasons I came to the facility today is because on the phone, Zach explained to me that there are 3 major ways to do cartridges. One of them, he said, is a drill and fill. One of them, he said, they split the cartridge and then re-glue it. And then there's the 3rd way, which is what they do. I've asked Zach to explain that to me. Zach, can you explain it to me?
There are basically 3 different ways to make a cartridge. A lot of the product you find on the street these days is either a drill and fill or a split cartridge. I'm just going to go over a couple problems with each one of those. In a drill and fill cartridge, basically the cartridge is drilled into, it's cleaned out, and the toner is refilled. The main problem with a cartridge like that is that there are parts within these cartridges that wear out, and they're meant to wear out after only 1 cycle. So what typically happens when it's being used for a 2nd cycle is the parts have become too worn and it will fail halfway through. The 2nd kind of cartridge is a split cartridge. What that basically means is that there's a cut made into the hopper to clean it out before it's resold. And the issues you have there is that it has to be glued and stapled back, and you typically have a lot of leakage. What we do here that's different is we use a non-split process. This is a virgin core. We source these all over the world. It's an OEM cartridge that's only been used once. And what we do is we replace all the parts that get worn. There's a couple main parts. I'm going to show you just a few right here. The main part is the drum. We replace this with a new drum every time we remanufacture a cartridge. You also get a brand new chip. And then there's a couple parts in the cartridge that get worn out, like the OPC and the cleaning blade. Finally, you have the toner. We replace all of these components every time we remanufacture a cartridge, and we think it's why our quality is above and beyond the rest of the product you find on the street.
So Zach, basically you have a brand new product that you're putting back on the market. You're not drilling and filling, you're not slicing and dicing, you simply have a brand new product that you have replaced all the used or movable parts in. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say it's brand new, but it's as close to the OEM as you can get because of what we do. We use a virgin core that's only been used 1 time previously, and we replace all the parts. New toner, new drum, new chip, new OPC, new cleaning blade.
Zach, I've seen you replace all of the parts in this, so it looks to me like it's basically a brand new unit before it goes back out the door. The next question I have for you is the landfills. You told me that you're keeping a lot of things out of landfills. Can you show that to me next?
Yes.
Zach, you explained to me on the phone during many of our conversations that your company wants to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. This is referring to the carbon fingerprint. Can you explain to me how your company has made a significant help on this, please?
Absolutely. We are an environmentally friendly company, first and foremost, and that all starts with our collection process. As I mentioned over there, we only use non-virgin cores. What that means is these are cartridges that have been used once as an OEM cartridge by an end user. Typically they would end up in a landfill. What we do, and as you can see, this entire wall here and also over there, we buy these cores from all over the world and we collect them so that we can remanufacture them. This is significantly reducing our carbon footprint and many others, and helps the environment every day.
Zach, thank you for explaining that to me. It's very impressive. Can you now show me the next step in this procedure?
Good.
Zach, I recognize a lot of these pieces and components here. It looks to me like you're making a brand new cartridge. Can you explain to me what you're doing?
Absolutely. The most important thing, as I mentioned before, in our production process, the fact we use virgin cores and all new components. This is our production line, and this is one of our builders building a cartridge from scratch. Another important thing we do is that our builders build each and every cartridge from start to finish. So what you can see is he's using these components, he's putting the cartridge together, and he will oversee this process from start to finish.
Okay, Zach, you've shown them making it. Okay, this is the end product. One thing that impressed me tremendously is you said that every one of these is tested before they leave the factory. You don't just test one in 100, you don't just test one in a batch, but you actually test each one. Is that correct?
That's correct. Every one of our builders has a test bed at their station where they test every cartridge once it's a finished product. So what we do is we got a finished product, we stick it in the machine, and we run 4 test prints to make sure that it's working correctly. Demo page, grayscale page, all black and all white. If there's any defects, it goes right back to production again and is reworked.
Okay, so the bottom line is, Zach, that every one of these is tested before it goes out of here. To me, that's extremely important. I have oftentimes, before I bought yours, would open up a package, would take a cartridge out. First of all, my hands would be covered with black dust from it in shipping, and I would put it in the machine, and it wouldn't work. Okay, so you're telling me that once you're finished, your product is tested each individual time, and you know what? I've never gotten black dust on my hands when I've opened one of yours. Why?
That's a good question. There's one final step we do in our quality control process, and I will show you that right now.
Zach, you've shown me how you made it. You've shown me all the brand new parts going into them. I'm really impressed with that. I also know that at the end of it, I'm seeing a very, very clean product. The last one I opened up from you was so clean, I couldn't believe it. The shipping was clean. Can you show me why it's so clean?
Absolutely. The final quality control that we do as far as the production process goes is the prep stage. All the finished goods come to here on carts, as you can see, and they go through just a couple steps before we put them in the box. Each cartridge is shook for leaks. The pages are inspected one more time for defects, and finally every cartridge is wiped down with a lint cloth so that there is no toner dust. It finally then goes into the box and we ship them out to our customers.
Zach, you showed me the way you're making it. It's a quality product. It's obviously going to have consistency with it. You've lowered the carbon footprint on it. You've done a wonderful job. All I can do is compliment you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The last piece of the puzzle is the customer service. I have been very satisfied so far, but please explain to us why you're different than others.
Well, first and foremost, we've been in this business for almost 30 years now. We are in it for the long term, and our customer service policy begins with a guaranteed cartridge. Every product that leaves this facility is guaranteed 100%. Finally, we are an American company. We have tech support. You will speak to a live person each and every time. We've been making people happy for 30 years, and we will continue to do so in the future.
Being a business owner for over 20 years, I found that one of the most aggravating and expensive aspects of the business is inks and toners. I have searched for a company that could provide us with a good quality product, a good consistent product, something that is very, very reasonably priced and guaranteed. If there's ever an issue, we can contact this company. I've partnered with them very well to provide you with a very, very exceptional value. Matt's Ink and Toner. MattsInkandToner.com is a guaranteed product all the way. Good value.